What would it look like if you took action on your dreams right now? What would happen if you scheduled your dreams today? What if you scheduled taking action on your dreams the day? Not today, the day. That's what I'm going to talk about here in this live with you. What's up, writers? My name is Denise Renee. I am a content strategist and book writing coach. And I want to talk to you about that dream that's been in your mind, it's been in your heart, that book. So if you have been thinking about writing a book for a while, or even for just a few minutes, this live is for you and replay is for you. So right now I am live on Instagram. Instagram is letting a few of my followers know that I am live. Now I realize that today is the day after Thanksgiving. As I'm going live, it's 6:15 in the evening. So some people are probably out shopping. Some people are still comatose. They're enjoying those Thanksgiving leftovers. That's okay, but you are with me right now. Whether you are watching me live or whether you are watching this on a replay or on YouTube, wherever else I may put this. This video is for you. If you have been thinking about writing your book and it's just been sitting there and you haven't taken action yet, and you've been waiting for, I don't know, Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, one of them, to come and drop like the perfect time, the right set of circumstances to give you that push, that oomph forward, waiting for them to deliver you the green light, the go ahead, you know what, it's going to be okay. This is the path you should take and it's going to be perfect and you're going to sell millions of copies right out the gate. I'm going to break it down for you right now. They ain't coming. They're not coming, okay? They're not coming to you with that message. They're not coming to you with that gift. But I've got an even better message for you, because you don't need them, right? You don't need the Easter Bunny. You don't need Santa Claus. You don't need, magic pixie fairy dust, book fairy dust. You need you. You need you. You are enough and you have what you need. And the things that you don't have, you can get help with, okay? So walk with me, stay with me here, and let's get into it. All right, so I have, for those of you who are used to my lives, for those of you who are used to my lives, I always have some notes because I always want to make sure that I'm giving value, and I want to make sure that I am saying that I remember all of my things that I want to say. I want to pull my little movable stand here a little bit closer with my computer, because I will be getting to that in a minute, and I may take some sips out of my cute little tumbler over here. Okay, no, let's not put it next to the computer. Child, I did that once before. OMG. Like, I've never spilled food or drinks or anything on my computers, but I did that a couple months ago, and I was freaked out. Thank God it was easily fixable, and my computer was still working. I was like, okay, so now I would never, ever put water or liquids near my computer. But anyway, let's get into this. You've got a dream. You want to write this book. Well, it's the day after Thanksgiving as I'm recording this live. And yesterday, Thanksgiving was a whirlwind for me from like the day before, from Wednesday before. Man, I was busy all day. And my day didn't end until like 1:30. Yeah, like 1:30 in the morning, Thursday morning, Thanksgiving morning. And then I took like a 3.5 hour nap. I woke up, I jumped on a plane from Atlanta to West Palm Beach and met up with my family, had a great, wonderful, amazing day. What made that day so special for me is that my mom's family, my mom's sisters, all her sisters and brother, they're all in their 70s, and everyone is still here. One of my aunts said, I'm so glad that today we're not gathering for a funeral. And I'm so glad and grateful that they're all in relatively good health. Some need a little bit more help than others, but they have the family support and everything like that. So it was so special for me to be there, and then to connect with some people that I have very loose ties with. So it was great. It was wonderful. It was beautiful, beautiful day of connections for me. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. But then later on, someone who wasn't able to be there earlier, I'm in bed, okay? I'm in my pajamas. I'm like, I'm finna just post this little post and go to sleep because I gotta get up on a plane and come back to Atlanta today. And my cousin calls, yo, what you doing? I'm like, bro, I'm in bed. He's like, yeah, well, I was like, you know what? That's okay. Come on over. I'm putting on clothes and I'm coming back downstairs and let's kick it. So I wound up kicking it with another family member who I love dearly. And we were talking, and we kind of got on the topic of some books that they're interested in writing. Actually, I believe they have already written the manuscripts for. So we just got into the discussion of why the books haven't been published yet. And I said, listen, I can 100% empathize with you. I know exactly where you are. Now, I am a writer. I'm an editor, book writing coach, all of the things. My experience has come from years of writing in a variety of different situations. I have a degree. One of my degrees is in English. I used to be an English teacher, and I've moved into gosh, I've done so much. I moved into doing marketing and copywriting and all kinds of things, resume writing, so yada, yada, yada. So I've been helping people for quite some time on their own writing. And to an extent, from a teacher's standpoint, I'm very comfortable helping people. But then it gets to my own stuff. And I get insecure at times, feeling like, okay, you know what? There's so many other book coaches that are out there who came into book coaching because they felt like they couldn't write a book, and then they got through the process of writing and publishing their first book, and now they're helping other people. Whereas I teach people from a more, I wouldn't say academic perspective, but it is a little bit more of an academic perspective, really getting your words right, really getting your communication down, because this is just what I've been doing all of my career. But I get really nervous. I'm like, yeah, but you know what? I know the thing that will help push what it is that I do out to a broader amount of people is having my own works published. And I don't only write in the marketing and the nonfiction space, in the business space, I also write fiction. And it's so funny. I was messaging back and forth, a friend of mine from high school who knows we were both writers, as she is a writer. We used to write like crazy. We passed, poems back and forth in class and everything. And we were just having that discussion a couple of days ago about, being mothers and, life responsibilities and how, I knew I was very prolific when I was younger, but, life responsibilities come in and you're like, oh gosh, you just don't have, that free time that I used to have. And that's the thing. Even with the business owners that I work with the professionals that I work with, they are busy, right? They are busy with their businesses, with their jobs, and yet they know the power of writing that book, putting that out there, that book is going to help, as well as how it's going to help them and their career and their personal brand or their business brand. And they make the time, right? And I coach people on how to make the time to write that book and what to do to put in that book and all of the things. And so I was sharing with my family member yesterday. I said, I 100% understand where you are. And I understand feeling like, wow, man, I've been sitting on this thing for so long. They said that they wrote a dedication for their book for their godchildren when they were little. And they're like, right now my godchildren are, going off to college and things like that. I've been sitting with this for so long. And I said, you know what? It's very easy to feel like, oh gosh, why have I been holding on to this for long? Why in the world? Hey, Nina, what's going on? Let me give you a wave. Why have I been sitting on this book for so long? Why? and feeling embarrassed and feeling ashamed. I said, you know what? The only person who's really, who even knows that you have this book or you have these ideas are you, right? Because you haven't put it out there yet. So no one really knows unless you've been speaking to people and telling them about it. But nevertheless, it's part of the journey. It's part of your journey. It's part of my journey as I was sharing, where my insecurities lie. And I said, you know what? It is part of the process that's just preparing you so that when you do release what you have, it's going to be that much more impactful. It's just part of the story. And many times, the things that we go through in this struggle of birthing, it's going to give you what you need for the other side of what you have released out into the world. So I want to encourage you. I want to start there. I really want to encourage you that if you feel like you've been sitting on your book ideas for a long time, you are not alone, number one. And number two, it's all part of the process. But number three, like I asked at the beginning, what would it look like if you took the time to make your dreams a reality today? What would it look like to schedule? Put your dreams on the schedule, on the calendar. It has a date, it has a time. It has today at 7 p.m. I am going to take 20 minutes to work on writing my book. What is that going to look like? Because that is what it's going to take. That level of intentionality if you're going to get this book out there or books out there into the world. So it's okay. Like I said, it is part of the process. It's part of the journey. Do not walk or do not work in, any kind of shame or guilt, and just say, you know what? I am where I am. I prioritize what I prioritize up to this point. And now my dream of writing a book is now a priority. Okay. So let's talk about how to make that a priority right now. And I mean, right now. It's November, what today is. I had to look at my computer. It's November. Thank you for the hearts, Nina. Thank you. It is Friday, November 24th, as I'm recording this live. You could actually be writing your book today, tomorrow, during this holiday season. And it is 100% possible to have a first draft finished by January. So I hope that if you've been thinking, if you've been having that, oh my gosh, this is so, terrible. I've been holding on to this idea for a while or whatever and I haven't moved forward. I hope it's the possibility of being like, oh my gosh, like I could actually have something really written and done and be moving forward on it like in a few months, in a few weeks. Yeesh. Yes, girl. Yes, boy. All right. And Nina says, intentional conversational says, and people need to see the power of what this means to them. Yes, absolutely. Like I said earlier, the whole process of birthing what your ideas, it has significance for the people who are going to read it, and it has significance for you in your life as well. So how in the world are you going to get your writing done during the holidays? Or why should you even make time? I mean, people think the holidays, it's busy, it's helter-skelter, it's da-da-da. Child, the holidays is what you make it, okay? And that is I-Z, okay, is. The holidays is what you make it. Okay, so one of the good things about making time to write your book during the holidays is that you have a different schedule. You can look at that as a negative or a positive. The positive part of that is now you have, Nina's laughing at me and my grammar, my unique grammar. The positive thing about having a unique schedule during the holidays is that you can schedule your time. You've got time off from work. You've got time off from your business. You're doing things differently. So now, instead of just and only scheduling time to go shopping or go out here and go out there, you have more time to, normally I'm encouraging people to set really tiny goals, RTGs, and make a goal of running for 15 or 20 minutes a day. It's better than nothing. And if you do that every single day, you're making progress. But now maybe you can schedule an hour. Maybe you can schedule 2 hours on a Tuesday. Okay, so look at your holiday schedule and literally make time. Put it in the calendar and make it an appointment like you were making an appointment to the doctors. Okay, like you are making an appointment for your nails. Now I do my own nails, but even I have to put in time in the schedule to be like, when is you getting your nails did, girl? Because it takes me 3 hours to do my nails. Oh, it just does, right? So I'm like, which 3 hours are you going to use to sit down and take these nails off, prep, and put some new nails on and do a little design? That's what you have to do to get your book done, okay? And that can be done during the holidays. You have more opportunities. Number 2, it's gonna feel so amazing to not just be talking about your New Year's goal. Because here's the thing. If you have been sitting on your book ideas for a while, last year, okay, at the top of this year, you said, yes, I'm going to write my book this year. And you ain't did it yet. Okay? We still have 5 more weeks to go. You can still get your book done. You can still get a first draft of your book done quickly in the next few weeks. Yes, you can. All right? So wouldn't it be better to just be not talking about what you finna do, but actually doing it? Let's get it done. And even if the whole thing isn't done, it's better than having nothing done. Because how does having nothing done feel? Okay, all right. And then third thing, what if you were in a position, if you have finished your first draft to a point where, you know what, I have a really good solid idea of what this book is about, and you know what the content is going to be. Yes, I probably have a few more rounds of editing to do, but you know what you could be doing in January if your first draft is done? You could be pre-selling that bad boy. You could be pre-selling that bad girl. Okay? You don't want to just wait till the book is done to start selling. Like, get people involved in the process of the writing of your book, of the creation of your book. Start getting them hyped so that you have those pre-sales, so that when your book is finally all the way done and ready, it may take you another 2 or 3 months to, do the cover, all the editing, all of those things. But you've been talking about it for 2 or 3 months. You've been getting people hyped. They've been pre-selling, and on sales day, boom, you have a whole bunch of sales that's ready. Hello, like, who don't like a little bit of cha-ching? Okay, so what you want to do? You want to wait till next year? You want to wait for your New Year's resolution, or you want to be doing it now, or you want to be pre-selling in January or February? I mean, the choice is yours. Now, is it crazy? Is it bold to actually say, I'm going to make time to write my book during the holidays? Yes, it is. And if you are crazy enough and you are bold enough, you are my kind of person, okay? You is my peoples, all right? So if you're still here and you're still hanging out, I got one last thing for you. So how do you actually get started writing your book? Now, as I said earlier, I am a content strategist. I can't talk, y'all. I am a content strategist and book writing coach. And I'm usually working with people who want to write a book that's going to grow their brand, their personal or their business brand. They want to get more opportunities. They want to get more speaking engagements. They want to get on the media. They want to get more clients for their coaching services or whatever it is that they have to offer. So a lot of times people are sharing their books for that, their ideas for that reason. Or sometimes they are sharing their story because it is going to help them, work with organizations and, work with special oh goodness, I can't think of the word. Special, not the child. Look, okay. So listen, Linda. Okay. Now I'm gonna start doing what generations do before me. They start blaming their age. I'm about to have a milestone birthday in a couple of weeks, so just blame it on that. My mind is going blank, but that's okay. But you know what I mean, all right? You know what I mean. How in the world are you going to start writing your book this holiday season, like as in tonight when we get off this live or when you finish watching this replay? You need 4 things, and I'm working over. Oh my gosh, really? Okay, so Nina's saying that I look like CJ, which is my son, which I do not think that my son looks like me. I feel like I was just an incubator. I was an oven, and he looks like my ex-husband. But we do share some characteristics, and we do have the same smile. I do agree about that. When I did that face, well, CJ and his many dramatic faces that he takes after me. So, I'm the blueprint. Oh gosh. All right. Let me and Nina, I'm gonna run through these points, and if you wanna come up and join and just like ask some questions or contribute, because I know you are brilliant in your own right, and I thank you so much for supporting my live stream. I always love your contributions. So let me share these 4 points, and then if you want to come up on stage, let me know and I will bring you up. But here's how you're going to get started writing your book during the holiday season. This holiday season, not next year, okay? This year, 2023. Or, 2024, 2025, if you're watching this on YouTube and you just discovered it's okay. It applies. All right, so 4 things you're gonna need, 4 things. Number 1, you need clarity. And if you're wondering why my head is turning to the side, it's because I got my computer on the side and I am pulling from a very specific page off of my website. And if you want to know what that page is, drop a comment down below. Drop a comment and say accelerator. Yes. All right. Or DM me, the word accelerator, or comment accelerator, depending on how and where you're watching this. All right. So, and I'll show you the page. All right. So you need 4 things. Number 1 thing you need is clarity. All right. In order to write your book during this holiday season, I'm going to bring my computer over. You need clarity. You need to be clear on who your audience is. You need to be clear on your content, what you're writing about. And you need to be clear on what are the results that you want to experience as you're going to write and publish this book. Got to be clear. Otherwise, your content could be all over the place. It could be hit and miss, and you'll put in a lot of time, effort, energy, and money, and you won't get the results that you want. So if you do not have clarity before you get started, that's okay. And you know what? And if it takes a few weeks for you to get clarity, that's okay. Like, don't feel like this has to be a race against the clock. I'm just trying to share with you what is possible. You can write a fast first draft of your book within the next few weeks. But if that's not possible, that's okay too. If you just get started, if you get started now, that's better than waiting to some fictitious time or whatever. That's never going to happen. The only time that you have is a time that you're going to make. Okay. All right. So number 2 thing that you need if you want to get started writing your book in this holiday season is you need a framework. So many times people, I think, who are not writers, you're not in the writing realm or work. Like, writing is not your love. It's not your passion. It's not something that you've studied. It's not something you've really practiced a whole lot of outside of, your last college paper that you were forced to write. If you are not a writer, sometimes people just think that, people just come up with these stories and they're all 100%, it's just a new and original story. Baby, ain't no new stories, okay? There are frameworks for all kinds of stories. Think about your movies. It's like every rom-com is pretty much the same. It's just, we switch up the characters, but there's the young ingenue, there's the dashing guy, there's the, you see these certain patterns over and over. Well, that works also when you're writing nonfiction books. There are patterns that have been proven to be successful that you can, I wouldn't say copy, but you can adapt as your own to make your writing process easier. And guess what? I know what those patterns is, okay? I got you, boo. And so we're going to help you make your writing faster, all right? All right, so what we're going to do is drop your content into a framework to make your book writing process faster, and also to make sure it's something that's going to be useful for your readers. All right. The number 3 thing that you need is you need a plan, girl. Okay. You need a plan, boy. All right. You need a plan that needs to include your book's outline. There are people who, they're called pantsers. So they just kind of write, or discovery writers. They just kind of start writing and just go and see where it takes them. I hear that a lot in the fiction writing community. But in nonfiction, you can just kind of start and just go wherever you want to go. But that I find is very, it's not the best use of your time. If you have an outline, you have a plan, now you're really focused, and I think that it makes your writing process a whole lot easier. So I help people get their outline together. Also, you have to have the scheduled time that you're going to be writing. Okay, you have to be intentional. It has to be an appointment on your calendar, like you are going to the doctor's. Okay, and like if you miss this appointment, you got to reschedule, and it's going to take 2 weeks. Okay, and you don't want to miss that appointment. Okay, and then the third thing that needs to be a part of your plan is you need to have some writing hacks, tips, and tricks to make this thing faster, so that you can, get to the prize. Get to the prize. All right. And I got you. I got the writing tips and tricks for you. All right. Because I've been doing this thing for 40 years, child. And I'm 41. No, I'm not. Well, 41 plus. We won't talk about the plus. All right. And the last thing, the number 4 thing that you need to have. Now, this is, you don't need it, but I tell you one thing, it's definitely going to propel your results and make it a lot faster. And the 4th thing that you need is an accelerator. What is an accelerator? Well, an accelerator is a substance. It's almost like what is that word? A catalyst. It's almost like that catalyst that propels. It's like you have the ingredients, but you need this catalyst to make the combinations, the chemicals like react and become a new substance. All right. So you already have the ideas for your books and everything like that, but you've just been sitting there and it hasn't been coming together. You need something that kind of just like activate, like, Wonder Twin powers activate, form of a pen, shape of a book. Okay. All right. So yes, I'm telling my age a little bit. I don't care. You need something that's going to help bring everything together for you and move you forward. And that could be in the form, now I do have an accelerator, and that accelerator is in the form of a group. All right. So getting together with other people who are doing what you are doing, it provides such an amazing support. But not just, everybody just, oh, you doing this? Okay. We're not just all bopping around here. You also want to have someone who is helping guide the process. All right. So you need a coach to help guide the process. This is where you go. This is your lane. Get in it and stay in it. All right. So who that coach? Who that coach? Who? Okay. That's me. All right. So basically, I have got a live accelerator, all right? One of the things that people come to me the most for is, I don't know how to get started writing my book. I got you. Not only do I got you with a very specific curriculum, shall I say, because, I come from the education space, but also that live group coaching support. You got a coach and you have a group. You have other people who are going through the same thing with you. If you are interested in learning more about my live accelerator, as I said before, comment the word accelerator. Yeah, comment the word accelerator, or if you're on YouTube or if you're on Instagram, then DM me the word accelerator and we will chat a little bit. I'll share a little bit about it. You can decide if that's something that you want to be a part of. And I will tell you that this is something that's going on in the month of December 2023. All right. Accelerator. How you spell accelerator? Girl, listen, let me tell you something. I'm a great writer. I'm not the best speller. I be needing spell check. Okay. Yes, I be needing. Accelerator is spelled ACCELERATOR. Yes, I didn't want to embarrass myself, so I just had to make sure. Okay. So yes, just type the word accelerator and I will respond wherever you are. So that's what I got for you on today. If you are not following me on Instagram, please do so at Writing with Denise Renee, because I will be coming live more frequently. I plan on coming live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, unless it's a holiday, around the 4:30-ish area, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to be a part, make sure you're following. And I will be dropping all kinds of different types of gems on writing and content. Next week, I'm going to break this down a little bit further. I'm going to dig deeper into how to get started writing your book and how to get started writing your book right now. So if you like this little teaser and this little taste, come on back. Miss Nina, since you are hanging out with me live still, and I appreciate you, do you want to come up, share anything, say anything? You got any questions? Let me know. I forgot how to add a person. Let me see. Hold on. See. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, wait, hold on. Nope, I don't think that's it. No, that wasn't it. I just cut my thing off. No, I don't want to reverse my camera because all you see is my box lights. That is comments. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I found it. Yes. I hope that works. Let's see. Do I have request to join? Accept. Yay! Okay, I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Girl, no, it doesn't take much to excite me.
Yeah, it was. I was like, how to do it? I saw how you can do it. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. How was your day?
It was phenomenal.
Nice.
Although I ended up being home because my son was sick, unfortunately, it still was a blessing. My family put together so much food and sent home goodies and desserts. So we were good.
Awesome.
We were good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the beginning of this live, I told about my crazy 48 hours. I was up till 1:30 on yesterday morning, and then I slept for 3 hours, and I drove to the airport and jumped on a plane to Florida. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
But it was good. It was so good because I got to see my mom and all of her siblings.
Oh.
They're all in their 70s, and everyone has not gotten together like that since their father died, which was, I think, back in 2008. So one of my aunts said, when you go around and you say, what are the things that you're thankful for? One of my aunts said, I'm glad that we're not getting together today for a funeral. And I was like, that part, okay? So it was such a blessing to have them there. And I insisted on the pictures. I was like, we're taking pictures now.
That's
so
hilarious.
I got a nice picture of, them, and then my uncle with all of his kids, and then the kids with their kids and spouses. And yes. So I'll be putting them on Facebook when I got time, Joe. Sometime over the weekend for my family to see. But yeah, so I was so blessed to be able to be there for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely, that was definitely a blessing to be able to, to be able to see them, to be able to eat, to hug them. Because I do think a lot of times, like you said, we neglect as far as sometimes you don't get together until it's a funeral. It's like now you're feeling guilty because you're like, oh gosh, I should have spent time with them while I had them. So what a blessing to be able to do that. And I'm so glad you made it. When I saw the photo you shared of the plane, I was like, okay.
Because I
is in the air.
Look, I literally did not know if I was going to be able to get on that plane until Wednesday. I didn't know. So I was like, thank you, God.
Woo!
I'm so glad.
I'm so excited. I'm like, when I saw that, I was like, she made it. I was blown away.
So listen, thank you for jumping on this live. You and your brilliant mind. If you do not know, if you don't have a PR person in your pocket, if you don't have a PR person in your ear telling you what to do, you need to be following Intentional Conversationalists on Instagram. And I think, is that your name on Facebook as well? I don't recall.
Yes,
it is.
I don't have a Facebook page. I'm LinkedIn. And I'm Instagram. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so LinkedIn and Instagram, follow Intentional Conversationalists, because you are going to get the fire, okay? The fire when it comes to PR, when it comes to pitching yourselves, when it comes to really having a different take on how to approach people that's human, that doesn't feel spammy and icky and salesy, right? We all we all like to buy, but we don't like to be sold to. We all,
Yeah.
you know, if you're a business owner, you have something to share and sell, but you don't want to be icky and gross and like
Right.
about it, right? So, and
Right.
Nina is amazing at helping you really shift that conversation and get people coming to you instead of you just being like,
Aw. Yes,
so
it
follow intentional conversation is.
matters.
So what do you have to think? What do you think about what I shared? What do you have to contribute? What
I
questions do you have
think
for
it's
me?
fun. For me, when I was writing down and just taking notes, I think it's phenomenal. A lot of times people, they're in this space of, oh, I don't have to write my book anymore because AI can do it for me. But what they fail to realize is, you know what? Yes, AI can partner with you, but you still need to be mastering AI in the sense of, let me tell you what to do so you can have a few seats and now you do what I tell you to do.
Mm-hmm.
AI is not the one that's coaching you to do it. You're the one coaching and ruling AI. And
Yeah.
so what I like about your process and just the things you were sharing, if we look and pull back everything, it's essential to every area of our lives. So
Mm-hmm.
to me, what you're inviting us to do, how you're inviting us to take this opportunity, to me, it's a no-brainer. Like, for example, when I was writing it down, we could just, now I'm just excited because now we could just have some good talk. When you were
Let's
saying
go.
clarity, and when you said clarity, to me, that touches everything. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
can't even market correctly. I can't sell myself. I can't connect with people if I'm unclear about like who they are, what their interests are. How do I pay attention to what they're interested to? All those things. And those things are add-ons. And I love add-ons and bonuses that aren't even add-ons and bonuses. That's a byproduct. And I love that.
Right.
And then when you mention the framework and the pattern, I kid you not, I have watched so many Christmas movies over the last 2 days, and they all have the same formula, same pattern. Yet, because the storyline is different and the content is different, it felt like a new experience every time. And when I saw that, I'm like, man, can you imagine just having a formula where you just drop these ideas? And now, because you drop these ideas, they're just there, and now you're able to rock and roll and go.
Real
And then,
quick, we have somebody join the
hey,
live. We have I can't GEHCM37. So hello, I can't see the picture, so I don't know who it is. But hey, welcome to the live. We've been talking about writing your book this holiday season and
right.
what it takes to get that done. Let me tell you something. I was walking through the airport yesterday, and I think I was the Palm Beach airport, and it had this, you know, these big old billboards, and it said, I think it was for Netflix, and it was like, you know, the holiday movies. I promise you, and they have the little thumbnails. There had to be about 50 different holiday movies.
All the same. All the same.
I was like, all them daggone movies are the same, and yet there's something
So
for
different.
everyone. There's something. There's a little twist that you're gonna like. You're gonna like this one with Queen Latifah because it's Queen Latifah. You know, if you like
Right.
when I see one,
Right.
you're gonna like this one because it's Macaulay Culkin when he was, you know, super cute, a little kid. You're gonna like this one because it was it Colin Farrell in Elf or whatever. You're gonna like this one because it's something you never heard of before.
Right.
You're like, okay, let's try something new.
Elf is
I mean,
hilarious.
my son
Elf
loves that movie.
is
He
hilarious.
loves it. He can't get enough of it. But that's the thing, is that there are patterns that we can put our ideas and our content into, and you're going to be able to know that this is a formula that already works, but I'm going to tweak it and make it my own. And that helps you to write your book a whole lot faster. And people are not aware of that. They're like, wait, huh? What? But it's
But
like you're experiencing it all the time.
but this is the thing too, right? I think a lot of times people don't realize your book is a vessel.
Mm-hmm.
It's an opportunity to have a conversation. It's a place of impartation. So it's an opportunity for you to take what's inside of you, what's inside of your mind, what's inside of your knowledge, that expertise, and to literally pass it on the same way Grubhub passes on a good hot meal on a cold winter day.
Yep.
And so because of that, people are transformed by that information they engage.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I enjoyed about working with you and what I love about what you do is you don't just spend time with people about their book. To me personally, I feel like And this is why we have to step up our game as far as our finances, being able to have reinvestment revenue, is because people are worth their hire. And when I think about the things that you laid out for me, like how you market, how many funnels you can create from one thing, knowing how you can take this one, like your manuscript, that can be what you use to kind of guide and direct your content plan for the year of 2024. Because now if I have this manuscript, I can take out these key talking points. What are my most profitable talking points? I can then say, okay, how do I plug this in my calendar? And now if I'm pitching event planners for speaking engagement, if I'm pitching media, I now have these core themes that I can present before the public to say, guys, here's some information. And then the cool thing about it is this: whether we want to say it or not, yes, we know that our society sometimes can be janky on things that they believe in and stand on. Yes. But at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, event planners, news media personnel, they're looking for accomplished authors. Mm-hmm. They're looking for people who have done the work to lay the foundation, to know they are experts. Yep. They're looking for people who aren't lazy and who will do the research, who will have the outline. They're looking for that. And I'm going to share this story really quickly. I had started a single moms group and I was in New York, had no clue when I was there. I was sitting next to this gentleman. He had this cute little boy on his lap, and that boy was busy as all get out. I mean, busy. And I could have been like so annoyed and been like, thank God I wasn't. He got on the stage and he ended up being the co-founder of Meetup and WeWork. Mm. My point is this, in telling this story, you have no idea whose room you'll be in 2023, the last several weeks in 2024. Right. And the last thing you want to do is be unprepared for opportunity. Because one thing my pastor, and not to make this churchy, but just real talk, one thing my pastor always said to me is, you don't pray. You pray for an answer, but you actually need to prepare for that answer. And a lot of times we don't do that. And because of that, sometimes when we're writing our book, we're getting manuscripts, we're having these talking points, we're on LinkedIn audio, we're having podcast opportunities. Now people want to know who we are. Now they want to know what we do. So I commend you for helping people birth their books, because it's so much bigger than just writing a book. It so is. Much more than that. It really is. And I just hope, my hope is that they see that this isn't the year to lose time. Nope. You know, I think about like my dad, you know, we lost him last year. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes about all the conversations, all the lessons, all the things he could have imparted, all the things he would have wanted to do had he still been here to do those things. And we have the gift of life to still do these things. We have the gift of today. It's called the present. We take it for granted because, one, we're not in position. And then when opportunity comes for us to get in position, we don't invest in ourselves. We drag our feet, and we're suspicious about everybody who has something to offer. Like, okay, why are you selling this? Like, not, okay, I'm trying to help you get something accomplished. Like, come on and let's do this. Mm-hmm. Instead, we're more like, okay, she's trying to sell me something. What's going on? What's going on? But guess what? At the end of the day, I'm selling you on selling you. I'm not selling you this book for my own health, life, and strength. I'm helping you accomplish something so that before you leave this earth, you've made your stamp, you've done your part, you've paid the bills for your family, you've funded your child's education. Right. So it's so much more than what it is. Yeah. And that's me on my soapbox, and I pass the mic back over to you. That's me on my soapbox.
Now, I love what you said about preparation. Like, we pray. We pray to God, like, God, give me this, God, give me that, God, help me with this, God, help me with that. And God's like, bruh, sis, like, I have given you tools. You're not using them, right? So, and listen, I am guilty. Like, I started off this live stream just sharing, you know, where I have felt like, oh my gosh, you know, I have not done all of the things that I could be doing, right? But 2024, let me tell you, listen, the clip is loaded and she about to shoot, pow, 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 pow. All All right, she ready. The clips is loaded because literally I have 2 books that are completely written, and I since 2019, I think, and I convinced myself not to publish them. I'm like,
what?
Exactly.
See, but
So
that's
here's
the story people
here's
miss.
some transparency. Here's some rare raw. Okay, we're gonna give you the raw.
Don't make me spit out my coffee, Denise. Don't do it.
Girl, listen, you know this is how we do all the time. This is like this is me. All right, this is me. No, but honestly, the fear for me, like most people are fearful of, oh, you know, I don't know how to write. The writing is not my thing. Whatever. Bump that. That's not my thing. I know how to write. I know I'm a great writer. Yada yada. I mean, I've thinking ghostwritten books for clients. Okay, people have paid me to write their books. People pay me to edit their books. People pay me to coach them on their books. I have, it's in the other room. I have 2 clients that just published books in the last 6 months, okay? My issue is that I feel like because I have done that, I have these accolades. If you go on my YouTube channel, you see all of the, you know, the testimonials that I have. I feel like this pressure that when I publish, like I have to like have a certain amount of sales. I need to be, you know, a best-selling author or whatever. Otherwise, it's like, well, how can you be writing or how can you be coaching other people with their books? How can you be editing their books and you can't sell your own? And the fact of that is such a ridiculous, it's really ridiculous because here's the thing. There is a creative process, right? And I was talking with my family member who I was speaking with last night, who I mentioned earlier in the stream. There is the creative process. And as a creative, we love the creation process. We love creating the thing, making the thing. And this is my baby. Here it is to the world. But we have to put on another hat and get to the promotional side. We have to create the thing and then we have to promote the thing. And bestseller does not mean best written. It means best promoted. It means best marketed. It is. The bestseller lists are a game. Look, Amazon is really easy to become an Amazon bestseller. Here's how you do it. If you look up the category for your books that you want it to be in. If 5 books sell in this specific category every single day, you only have to sell 6 books on one given day to become the bestseller in that specific category. And that is the marketing game that people are using. No one asks, how many books have you sold? They just say, oh, you're a best-selling author. And it's true.
Oh, you dropping game. You dropping game.
This is the game. You sold more than everybody else in this category on this one particular day. That's cool. Grab that screenshot because tomorrow somebody else might knock you off. Now, the people on the New York Times bestseller list and things like that, how are they able to debut like that? It's because they already have an audience. They already have people that know them, like them, and trust them in some way, shape, or form. And they have been on the Only Book Tour, okay? The last couple of books that I have read, which on audio, it was Kerry Washington's book, Leslie Jones's book. Oh gosh, there was a couple of memoirs. A couple months ago, I did Viola Davis. Oh God, I love that woman, and I love her book. I did her book, and I did Jada Pinkett Smith's book because I was just like, I was annoyed with all of the conversation. I was like, let me see what this woman had to say for herself, and I was like, oh. All of y'all missed the entire point of the book. You were here for the salaciousness and you missed what she really was saying. But anyway, how did I come to reading those books or wanting to be in, or even being interested in? It's because of the marketing campaign that they were on. Britney Spears. I don't know if I want to get her book or not, but I know that she has a book and I'm like mildly interested. Maybe I'll spend one of my Audible credits on her. I don't know. Also, when I'm watching a podcast and I really enjoy what the guest is saying and they say, well, yeah, I have a book, blah, 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 blah. I go to Audible. use one of my credits, and I buy their book and I read and I dive in. So it is about the sales part. It's about the marketing campaign that you have, and you have to constantly be marketing your book. And a lot of people are not on that gravy train. And so the thing is that the sales part of it is
I'm taking
doable.
notes. I'm taking notes.
The sales part is doable. So my fear for myself is stupid and irrational. It's irrational because I'm like, girl, this is overcomable, right? This is doable. What it is that we cannot skip the price of admission. We want our dreams, but we want the day pass. Okay, you know, when you go to like Six Flags, you go to Magic Mountain or whatever, you go to Orlando and the theme parks, you want the express pass that shoots you straight to the front of the line so you can get on the head of that roller coaster, and all them simps back there are like, oh, y'all on the line
forever.
I get to skip the
Feet
line.
hurting, ankles hurting.
Listen, but that's what we want because that's what we've gotten used to, right? We've gotten used to, oh, so-and-so blew up. Nobody just blows up. Very rarely does anybody just blow up. If you dig into their story, they've probably been at what it is that they're doing for a while. They've been laying groundwork. And the people who just blow up on a whim on a Tuesday, they usually don't have sustainable success if they have not had sustainable success in something else before. They come, they pop up, and they go, right? Wow. But we're looking for longevity. And it's not so much that we even need millions and millions of people buying our books. Most of the time, especially for people who are writing books on for business purposes or branding purposes, the majority of the money that they make is not off the book sales itself, it's off of the back end things that they get. So it's either you're selling your books in bulk to organizations, you're getting speaking engagements, you're getting training opportunities, you're getting consulting opportunities with corporations and organizations, and they're paying you a couple $1,000s a day to come in and speak and whatever, You're getting, the media attention, you're getting, big old job offers to be the CEO of this or the CFO of that or whatever, like depending on, what it is that you do. But most people are making the majority, the big chunk of their money on the additional things the additional opportunities that having a book affords them. They're a coach, they're getting exposure. Look, think about it. A coach goes on, one of the last people that I bought a book from off of a podcast is, I can't remember her name. It's like Dr. M something, but her book is called How to Fast Like a Girl. So she's been making her rounds to all of the health podcasts and talking about how women need to do intermittent fasting differently. I learned about her on the podcast. I'm like, your topic is so right on target for me. I do intermittent fasting, but I'm like, yeah, sometimes I do feel a plateau. So why is this different? Let me get your book. I read her book, and now she's like, hey, I got this Facebook group, and I got this group, and we have coaching, we have this, and we have that. Wow. I haven't decided to join the coaching, but that's how she's getting people. That's one of the ways.
All these extensions. People. Wow.
Yes, exactly. So it's like you have to pay the price of admission. You have to do the work, be willing to do the work, not just the creative work, but the promotional work. And the promotional work is ongoing. You can't only just have a launch plan. You have to have like what I call an evergreen marketing plan. What are you doing to market your business on a month-to-month basis? People are not just going to come and discover your book on Amazon or whatever. You're going to pay. You're going to pay with your time. You're going to make the rounds, to the media, or you're going to pay with your money. You're going to put in dollars to advertise and get traffic. You cannot skip the price of admission. So my betting act to me and my little story and my little fears, I know that my fears are just unfounded. They're ridiculous. They are overcomable with my time and with my money. Yeah. So I just have to commit. And I think that's with everyone.
Definitely.
People say, should I even write a book? Are people reading books anymore? Yes, people are reading books, but you have to give them a compelling reason to read that book, to buy that book. And you also have to meet your reader where they are. There are some people who want that physical copy. There are some people who want to put it in their e-reader, whether it's the Kindle or the Nook or whatever. And then there are people like me. Baby, if you don't have an audio book, your book ain't getting read by me because she's busy, okay? fancy. So I need an audiobook. You ain't got an audiobook. I'm like, I don't know about you, Josh. So you want to be able to make sure that you are prepared for all of the ways that your reader wants to consume your content, and then you have to help them to care to want to buy to engage and buy your content. It's doable, but you got to pay the price of admission. That's my preaching my soapbox for the night.
That's powerful. I think my hope is that people will see. I know that I kind of wish we actually started with this conversation even more so that when they come on, they can see. But my hope is that they'll get these nuggets of what you're sharing, because at the end of the day, you said something that was so powerful and so rich. And it's more or less what we don't know that holds us back, and the accountability to take action on what we do know. And I used to always ask my personal trainer, why is it that I lose weight and I work out when I'm with you, but even though I'm more motivated when I'm by myself, right? And he said to me, you know why? He said, because you might be more motivated, but that doesn't mean you'll take action. Versus when you're with me, you're not only motivated, but now you have someone that's making it so plain that you have no excuse, and you have a built-in formula of how to take action. And he was right. Like, I had a schedule I knew I had to keep. I had a time where I knew I was going to show up, because if I didn't, I was paying for something I wasn't using. It was literally like throwing money in a toilet and saying, bye, 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 bye. Okay. No instinct here, but that's exactly what I was doing. And so I realized he was telling the truth about that. It made a difference. And so I feel like there's so much value in it. We need to write our books. All of us do. All of us do. Because I feel like, one of the things that I'll never forget last year, especially, I'll never forget, I was praying about it, like looking at my daughter, and I was just like, stuff I wanted to do. And God was just saying to me, you actually have the power to do that. It's a matter of you converting the inner wealth that you have into something tangible people can experience. And that's really what a book is. A book is someone's tangible expression of what they already carry on the inside, in a way that people can experience, in a way that people want to pay for it. Because we all have experiences, we all have backgrounds, we all have encounters, things we've learned. You get what I'm saying? All of that, which adds value to someone's life. It makes a difference. And the cool thing about it is, if I create a book, but I don't even know what I should be marketing about that book, or what makes that book so dope or Audible worthy, Audible credit worthy. Because I wrote that down, make your content Audible credit worthy. I was like, I'm going to send that to Denise Renee later. But if we don't know what makes it juicy, why are these books bestsellers? Why are people getting these books? Then we might get a little ebook of somebody telling us how to write a book, but we don't know. Like, okay, after you tell me how to write a book, and like, I don't know how to turn this into a whole system or a whole empire, but they're going to be learning that here. And I just think that, to me, is powerful, because I hate when someone gives you one little piece and you feel like there's so much missing.
And then they're like, oh, to get the rest, it's $19.99, and I don't mean $19.99.
And don't get me wrong.
And it's okay I'd be a hypocrite
to pretend. Yeah, I'd be a hypocrite to pretend there aren't layers of ways of working with me, right? But I never want to leave someone feeling like, okay,
what else?
Where's the meat? That was the rice and the vegetables, but where's the meat?
Exactly.
Unless they're vegetarian or vegan, they're expecting some kind of pollo, some kind of chicken, some kind of carne. They want something on top of that, some fish, some salmon, some ribs, baby back falling off of the back. They want all that, right? So if they don't get that, they're going to feel like something is missing.
Right.
And so I like the fact that the way I've learned watching you, even your content on Instagram and the way you share on YouTube, I feel like you are one of those people who you never leave anything on the stage. You bring it all. And that's a blessing in this day and age with so many gatekeepers. It's ridiculous.
Well, let me tell you my strategy on that. And it's really simple. I don't sell information. I give away my information. Everything that anybody wants to know about my process for how to write a book, or how I coach people, whatever, I tell it all right? What I sell, and this is so funny because my the person I was speaking with last night said this to me, and again, it was another one of those instances where I'm like, I don't necessarily see everybody who watches or whatever it is. Sometimes it's like, oh, okay, it got 5 views, but man, them 5 people who watched be watching. So they were like, yeah. So when you're online and da 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 da, and you just come across I was just like, okay, I didn't realize. Okay, I didn't know you was watching. Right? But they were like, people are going to buy you. And that's exactly what people buy. They buy me. They buy my guidance. Buy the way that I am able to help. So they purchase done with you service, right? They get me, they hire me to help me do it with them, or done for you service like editing. So that's what they purchase. I don't gatekeep information, because the information you can get it anywhere else, but you're getting the way that I help you implement. Yes, you can have a coach, here's an eating plan and here's an exercise plan, and you can do that at home, but you're probably not doing it at home.
Right.
You need to go into that gym and hire that coach, hire that trainer for 6 weeks,
so
and so that you will do the work. And that's the thing. I can make, courses, but like I have this course, basically. It's a course, not a course, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to sell a course. I want to sell an experience. I want to sell the opportunity for you to actually do the thing, because it's so easy to buy a course at any amount. It's easy to buy a downloadable and let it sit there and collect digital dust. And I don't want that for people. I want them to actually do it. That's why I've invited them into my live accelerator. Let's get it done together. And there's so much more that we could say, but you know what? I've been going on for an hour. I thank you so much for coming in and helping me make these wonderful points. Behind the scenes, people don't even know, we be talking like this all the daggone time.
All the time.
All the time.
Message your away.
Okay, so I'm glad we finally got one of these conversations captured on a live, which is great. And I'm gonna download it and put it on YouTube and do all of the things. But thank you so much for joining in on the conversation with me. I don't want to make this much longer than it is for today, but guess what? I'll be going live more often, so you can come on and join in whenever you're able to. You're always welcome. And I hope everybody enjoyed this presentation. And if you are interested in joining this live accelerator, if you want to hire that coach, okay, to get that book actually done, type accelerator in the comments or DM me accelerator on Instagram, and we will get into a conversation and we will see if it's something that's for you, and we'll take it from there. All right. Thank y'all. I'll see you back here Monday. Bye.